Hello. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Girls Just Want to Have Fun's event. I absolutely love this event because it gives us an opportunity to really highlight and share more about what we do because we found a way to create our best life, to bring in more health and vitality, community and connection, and mentoring and empowerment, and ultimately bringing purpose and mission to our lives. My name is Rita Manarino, and I'm a National Marketing Director with our company. I live in Ontario, Canada, and today we have a group of women from all over the globe who are going to share with us real stories about how they've changed their lives, real women, real stories about how they've created a life filled with purpose and a mission that not only creates income for them, but where they've been able to do something that sets their heart on fire, all while raising families, often working, and ultimately creating all of this in stolen moments around their life. When I first came across this opportunity, I was not a stranger to being a traditional business owner. My husband and I had owned a convenience store and years ago, and later sold it after having our first child because we realized that a brick and mortar traditional business would not allow us to do the things that we'd want to do with our growing family. I then went back to school and I completed my nursing education, went on to complete many more years of education as I eventually completed my Master of Science in Nursing and then my education to become a nurse practitioner. When I came across this opportunity, I had been in healthcare for over 2.5 decades and had been working as a nurse practitioner for almost 10 years. And you see, as much as people would have assumed that I had it all based on outward appearances and from the smile on my face, behind that smile was a woman who was feeling very broken, stuck, and not happy with where I was. My husband and I had built a beautiful life and family, and I should have been happy. That should have been enough. But in fact, I found myself questioning if I was really where I wanted to be and if all the sacrifices I had made were worth it. So when I found myself praying for something almost 3.5 years ago, it was because I felt like I had sacrificed everything, time with my children and family. And because I thought it would fulfill me, I thought it would make me happy and that it would help my family to gain financial security. But there I was working 60 hours a week with two busy practices, feeling absolutely miserable, exhausted, and unhappy. And I was earning a fantastic income, but I was so time poor and just sick and tired of being sick and tired of missing so much of my family. By then, I was almost 47 years old. And let me tell you, that is not a nice place to be. 47 and feeling like I had worked and fought so hard for literally over 2 decades, only to feel like I wasn't in the right place. I truly wanted to be where I truly wanted to be professionally or as a woman. I knew that I wanted more. I knew I was meant for something greater, and I wanted to make a bigger impact in the world. I wanted to change lives in a different way. This opportunity not only helped me to replace a chunk of income from my traditional job as a nurse practitioner, providing time freedom I once only dreamed of, but it now also provides my family with full health benefits and even tuition support for our son who just graduated high school. To say that this has changed our lives is an absolute understatement. If you had asked me 3.5 years ago if this was possible, I was skeptical. I had almost given up hope that such a thing even existed. I had questions, and to be honest, I believed that other people could, but I didn't believe that I could. This beautiful community has not only helped me to build self-belief, but it showed me what was possible. So here I am to tell you that this is all possible. Whether you are like I was, a professional working long hours and dreaming of time freedom and flexibility, or perhaps you're a stay-at-home mom who is craving community and fulfillment, or maybe you're wishing there could be a way to supplement your income and have play money that would allow you to just have more fun in your life. Whatever you're craving, thousands of us were seeking the same things, and we have all found it here. And tonight, we're going to share our stories with you and really share with you how this really does check off all the boxes and can give you what you are craving as well. So before I introduce our first guest today, I'd like to welcome you all to dream a little bit, because we have been able to harness more of what we wanted in our lives. And my experience has been that many of us really at the core of it want the same thing. And I'd love for you to share with us in the chat here, if you could harness more of what you want in your life, what would that be? Many women crave freedom, fulfillment, more money, more fun, more community, more acknowledgement or recognition or appreciation. So I would just love to know, what it is that you're looking for. So I see travel, fun, absolutely. There's just so much more out there to be had. And if we switch gears and if we could harness more health and vitality in our life, what would that be for you? So many of us were craving more energy, more mental clarity, better sleep. We're going to chat about that as well today. So what you're going to hear is how we've been able to harness all of those things through the company that we've aligned with, our products, and our program, and the products that form the foundation of the programs. So I'm very excited to introduce Perry, and Perry's going to be sharing a little bit more about how this opportunity actually works.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. And I'm so excited because my story is so different to yours, Rita. So I'm so excited to share with you guys. So I came across this business when I was 21 years old. And at that point in my life, I was working full-time in a waitressing job to make ends meet. I had studied for a few years doing photography because that's what I always dreamed of doing. But I got to this point where I was working weekends doing my photography business. I was working during the week in hospitality. I had another side job as well. And I was so unfulfilled. And it kind of got to the point, the harsh reality of realizing that I was no longer passionate about something that I always planned to do. That was setting in, not knowing what to do. And another really big obstacle for me was that I felt like I wasn't financially contributing to my relationship. I've always been very independent, and that was just something that was holding me back so much. And my mental health started to suffer as a result. And looking back, it's honestly no wonder. Like when you hate what you're doing every day and you feel unhappy and you feel like you don't know a way forward and you're not contributing, you would obviously start to feel down. And that's the place that I was in. And I remember just little things like I was 21 and I wasn't even thinking about traveling, or if I needed to go to an event or something, I couldn't even afford a new dress. And it was just a really sad place to be in, which is meant to be the best years of my life. So I was looking for something extra, and I seen that there was people out there doing stuff online, but I never really took it seriously. I honestly never considered this an option. Like my options was like, what else do I need to study? Or like, what is a better job that I could get? Like that's what I was taught, that those are my options. I didn't ever think that there was anything else. So when I come across this and learned more about this beautiful industry and this business, and I heard stories of women truly starting to dream again, and I just thought, oh my gosh, like what the hell? Like this barely cost anything. I had nothing to lose. Like I had lots of fears, but I had nothing to lose by asking questions and deciding to get started. And very early on in this journey, I went to a conference up in Hamilton Island, and that was truly the moment where I went, wow, this industry is actually allowing people to dream. I heard stories of women on stage, some of them were 26 that had left corporate careers, and that for me was going, maybe that could be you. There was nothing special about these women except that they just hadn't given up, and so that for me was a really defining moment. And since then, this business has just, it has allowed me to leave my job that no longer served me, which has been the biggest blessing. It has given me the opportunity to travel all around the world, business-wise and personally, which has been so fun. It allowed me to have my dream wedding, my dream honeymoon, save for our first house, renovate, like just so many gifts. But above all else, it's given me so much confidence and so much growth within myself as well, which I just absolutely love. So I'm so excited to share more about this incredible industry. And I know, looking back at what I was going through and what so many other women going through, it's the stress of finances and the stress of health. Those are two biggest stresses that we have in our life at the moment. I'm sure most of you can agree with that. So I'm so excited because today we're going to be teaching you not only how to level up your health, but also how to create an extra stream of income as well. So we do this by aligning with an incredible wellness company called Juice Plus. Juice Plus has been in business for over 50 years now, and their purpose has always been to inspire healthy living around the world and to build a stable and lasting company that helps as many people realize their dreams as possible. Now, our business model is so unique, but it's so simple as well. Like, our job with Juice Plus is to inspire healthy living around the world with our beautiful products and program, and then to link arms with like-minded people around the world that want to build an income with us, and we show them how to do it exactly how we've done it using our incredible blueprint system, which is so cool. So when I came across this business model, I got it straight away. Like, I was like, I love the idea of that. That makes sense. I know that I can share this with people that want to up-level their health and want to earn more income. But I definitely had some misconceptions and I guess different concepts about how that would look. And the first one was for me, wasn't actually from me, but it was when I told my parents that I'd started a network marketing business, and they straight away was like, is that a real business? Are you sure this is going to last? Like, is it not just a hype at the moment? And so that like literally straight away brought some fear into me, because those were two people that I trusted and had a lot of faith in. So I had to go to work and I had to educate myself in the incredible network marketing industry and realize it's such a smart business model. And then I went back and I shared that with my parents, and now they've watched me and they're so, so grateful that I did say yes to this. The other thing for me is I needed to know costs. Our business in Australia, it's $165 per year to run your business. I know overseas in most places it's $50 per year to run your business, and there's no inventory, there's no overheads, which is huge, because most businesses, if you're going to start a small business, you're going to have to invest in a lot of stock or, you know, shop front and things like that. So there's nothing like that in our business, which I love, and you can get rewarded very quickly. You know, we have people come in from all walks of life, and some people want to just grab everything and run and, you know, pick up all the bonuses, and it's really exciting. But then we have other people that come in and they're just doing this in their stolen moments. And I love that our business allows you to do either. You know, whatever it is you're here for, whatever you want to create, you have the opportunity to do that, and you can go as fast or as slow as you want to go, which is amazing. And then my other thing was, you know, how do you get clients in a business like this? How was I going to do this? I don't have a big network. I was really, you know, I didn't want to annoy people, but I've honestly truly learned that with the power of conversation and training and having amazing mentors and social media and everything like that, is that we have the ability to connect with people all around the world that are looking for what we have. Like, we truly have the most amazing gift. And when you're given all of the training and support, you're shown how to share that gift. And honestly, I have not ever felt like I've had to bug family and friends. By all means, some of them have even joined me in this mission, which has been so cool to watch, because I've loved to be able to help them. But I've been able to connect with people that I would have never met before this as well, through the power of social media, which is awesome. So we have so much training, and we have weekly Zoom support. You have your own mentor. There's just so much, which I just love. But I want to bring this to life a little bit and introduce you guys to Ellen, who's going to share more of her journey in the business so far.
Hey, thanks so much, Perry. I love this business. This business has completely changed my life, and I love it so much that it's actually 5 years next month that I've been doing this. And I'm really good at quitting things, and I haven't quit this. So I must really, really like it. For me, when I came across this incredible business, I was a mum of 2 and my baby was 4 months old, and I was sitting at the table looking at our finances and being like, oh, I have to go back to work. I've got to go back to my hospitality job. And I didn't want to, because I wanted to raise my boys. I wanted to be the one that was there for them to see their first. And that was really important to me and my husband. But I didn't know any kind of other way to do anything. And so I was scrolling Instagram and I came across a post that somebody did. And I love that that's the beauty of our business, is that kind of online space. And I thought it was way too good to be true, but I knew something had to change. And so I said, somebody take that 165 and help me. And I had the support every step of the way. And the one thing that I was really worried about when I was like, I'm going to have to go back to work, was I was like, oh, I want more babies. I don't want just 2 boys. I want a massive amount of children. So I sit here today with another 2 beautiful girls. And I honestly believe that without this business, I wouldn't have the confidence to be the mum that I am for my 4 beautiful children. I wouldn't have the finances to be able to have stayed home with my beautiful children. Wouldn't have the income to send them to the school that we want to send them to. And I get to be present. I get to be there for them. And I get something that's just for me too. In this business, I get to a community that supports me. I get adult conversation, and I have people that inspire me to be the best version I can be for me, for my people, for my little people. And I just absolutely love it. And it's completely changed my life. And I cannot wait for the legacy as well that is being created for my family for the next generations. I mean, a company that's been around for 50 years and the integrity in that, I know it's still going to continue on for 50 years plus to come. And one of the other things I absolutely love in this business is the people we get to meet. And I met a beautiful woman nearly 5 years ago called Renelle, and we've been on this journey together. And even though we live in different parts of the world now, we're still considered life friends. And I know that she has a really epic story around the business too. So Renelle, do you want to tell us about it?
Thanks, guys. So nice to be here with everyone, and I absolutely love hearing everyone's story. Yes, Alan and I met about this time 5 years ago, so it's coming up to 5 years as well, my anniversary in this amazing business. And back then, life looked a lot different to what it looks like today. I had 3 kids under 3. Our twins were born at 26 weeks, and we had undergone a lot of hospitalization and operations and specialist appointments, and life was super consuming in and around them. Our eldest was 16 months when the twins come along, so it was really a really hard time. And financially, we were strapped. We were literally living week to week, and not even that. We were 5 weeks in arrears in rent. Kenny came home one day. I've got goosebumps sharing this because he came home one day and he was like, "Babe, you're going to have to go to work." And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that. I do not want to put the kids into daycare." My mum was always there for us growing up, and I wanted to be there to raise our kids, especially after having them in hospital for so long and fighting for them to come home. I didn't want to give them to somebody else to look after. And I remember sitting at the end of the bed just thinking, there's got to be a way out of this. Like, there's got to be a different avenue for me to be able to take. And I didn't know the online world. I was barely on Facebook. I think I had 90 odd friends, and I was one of those Facebook lookers, scrolling through Facebook, never posting. And I was on there one day, and again, like Alan, stumbled across a Facebook post, and I thought, oh, what if I could do that? And so I reached out and I got my questions answered, and it just made sense. It really did. From the get-go, I was kind of like, cool, this makes sense. It's a health product that people need. Everyone needs more whole foods in their life, and everyone wants more financial freedom. They want more choices, and I certainly wanted more choices. So I jumped in with 2 feet, and I said to Kenny, just give me a couple of months. Just give me a couple of months to see if this really does work. I had already done up my resume to hand into Woolworths to do night packing so we could, be passing ships in the night. But I was like, just give me a month or 2 to see if this works. And within 8 days, I made just shy of $1,000. And then a couple of weeks later and months later, it just kept on happening. And it was the power of an incredible team of people that believed in me, because I didn't have that belief in myself. I was a shell of a person back then. And like Perry said, the confidence that I have today was not what I had back then. And I didn't have anything for myself either. So this just gave me a sense of purpose. I was jumping out of bed, and I was wanting to, be with my kids again. I was wanting to take them places. I was wanting to speak to people instead of sitting in my, hoodie and my tracky pants inside the house, not wanting to go anywhere or do anything. So to fast forward to today, 5 years next month, and we've had another beautiful little boy 6 weeks ago. And we just bought our caravan this year, and we headed off traveling around Australia 4 weeks ago. So he was, just a couple of weeks old when we jumped in the caravan, and we're, traveling around Australia at the moment. I'm currently on a station, so sorry if my internet is cutting in or out or anything, because it's very limited Wi-Fi out here. But we've been able to choose more of what we want. For this to open up doors, this was just a dream, 5 years ago. There's no way that I thought that I'd be traveling Australia with my kids and giving them that family time. We're homeschooling, Kenny's home with us, and it really just has the power to be able to give you more choices, whatever it is, in life. Then this amazing community and the simplicity of our products and our business can really take you to wherever you want it to take you. And I am forever grateful for the choices that it's given me and my family, because I am 10 times the woman that I am today because of this amazing community. So I'm going to hand it over to Fee, though, and she's going to share with you a little bit more about what I think it's Fee, or is it Linda? What our amazing products are all about and how incredible they are, including even while you're pregnant and breastfeeding, because that's why I have so much energy that I do today after looking after 4 kids and only having a 6-week-old. So Fee, I think I'm handing.
It's Sal. We've got the beautiful Sal who's going to be doing our product preso today. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on, guys. I'm just so incredibly inspired by all of you beautiful women from every corner of the globe. I feel like on here tonight, today, but I wanted to share just quickly a little bit about my story, my own product story, and I wanted to share some information about the products that we are so incredibly passionate about, the mission that we all stand behind, and what we are sharing with people. So I'm a mum of 3. I have 2 little boys and a little girl, and my husband and I, we live on a cattle station in Queensland, Australia. And I started using the Juice Plus products personally myself almost 5 years ago. At the time when I went looking for something, I was incredibly depleted. I had just had my 2nd little baby, and being that we live over 100 kilometres from our closest grocery store, there's no doubt that we were not getting the nutrition that we needed as a family, and the negative flow-on effects from that were having so much effect on me as a woman, as a mother, and then I could see the negative effects happening in my entire family. So I went looking for something that would give me a boost, the boost that I needed. But, you know, it was really important to me as a mum that I could find something that had my entire family in mind. And that's when I came across the Juice Plus products, and they literally ticked every single box for me. And I'm just going to quickly show you them now. We literally only have 3 products in our range, which is something that I really love as well, because it's just so simple. There's not a huge product range that we have to try to understand and market to people. It's just very, very simple. And it's essentially a whole food based supplement. So in my hands here, I have our fruit, veg and berry capsules, and you'll see that they are these beautiful, vibrant colors. The capsules inside the canisters are exactly the same. They are beautiful greens, reds and purples, which reflect the vegetables, the berries and the fruits that are in them. And essentially these products just contain a variety of over 30 different fruits, veggies and berries that have been hand-picked, vine-ripened, and the entire fruit, veggie and berry is utilised. So rather than, you know, what we would conventionally do if we're cooking and just, you know, peel an apple or peel a sweet potato or peel a carrot and use it in our cooking, the entire piece of produce is used, the stem, the seeds, the skin, the flesh, everything. It's pulverized down into like a slushy and then treated at a very low temperature. And that's simply to maintain all of the beautiful living enzymes that are within these products. So just like an apple, if you were to bust open one of these capsules, and I'll take one out just quickly to show you. So this is the berry capsule, and you probably can't see because my internet's not great as well, but it's purple. If I was to bust this capsule open and leave it on my bench, it would go brown just like an apple. So that just speaks volumes to me. And what I love about these products is that they simply bridge the nutrition gap that we all have. So being that we live quite a long way from town, short of me having a big veggie patch, or being someone who, you know, lives near a farmer's market, which I don't have, we don't get the nutrition that I need. So this is like my security blanket for my entire family, knowing that we are getting exactly what we need into our bloodstream every single day on a cellular level. The other product we have is this beautiful plant-based omega. So I'm not sure about you, but I am not someone who particularly likes fish, but I've always wanted to take an omega supplement. So when these came onto the market, I was so incredibly excited because they are plant-based and they actually contain 5 different omegas rather than just one. And the final product, which is probably my favorite, are our complete protein powders. So this is a smoothie or a shake. You can also use them in baking. I have one of these every single day at lunchtime, and I also give one of these to my little boy, and they are full of superfoods and just so much goodness for our bodies. And for me personally, when I first started utilizing these products, so many incredible things began to happen in my body. And I know that these products are not a cure. They don't fix any type of disease or anything like that. But I know for me personally, adding this beautiful boost of nutrition every single day, first of all, it really, really changed my food cravings. I began to crave much better foods. I was going to the fridge and pulling out something nutritious rather than something that was not nutritious. And that in itself had positive flow-on effects. I was drinking more water. I had more motivation. I wanted to move more. So my energy levels really increased. And what I noticed, which was probably the biggest game changer for me as a mum, was that our immunity as a family really, really increased. My little boy previously suffered quite bad with croup. And when I started adding this goodness into his diet every single day, he began to really, really improve in terms of his immunity. And to this day has not had one bout of croup in almost 5 years. So that's just a huge mum win in itself to me. More recently, we've had a major health crisis in our family, which has affected me directly. So now more than ever, I am, you know, our health as a family is a huge priority to me. So I know that this is a no-brainer for me. It's so simple, it's so convenient, it's so cost-effective. And I love as a mum that my children can also participate and use these products for free as part of our Healthy Starts program. So this company, guys, is a company that has the biggest heart. It has the entire family in mind. And if you have a child in your life, if you are taking these products, and you can sponsor a child for free for up to 4 years. So that is absolutely amazing. But I'm going to hand over now to beautiful Kerry Ann, and she's going to share a little bit about her story.
Hello, thank you everybody. I have to tell you, I just love events like this. The stories are so powerful, and truly I am here because of a story like the ones you're hearing here tonight. So, you know, before Juice Plus, I was a tired, totally exhausted mom. I had a 4-year-old at the time. I wasn't sleeping. He wasn't sleeping. He was totally hyperactive. And then I had a 10-month-old who was not accustomed to sleeping either. So needless to say, we were all underslept. I was exhausted and I wasn't eating right either, you know, with the whole baby weight thing I was trying to lose. I was skipping meals and, you know, I was confused about it all. Like, what do I eat? When do I work out? How, like, what should I eat? What can I eat? Fruits? Can I eat vegetables? It was just totally, my head was spinning because I was so confused with nutrition and what it was I was supposed to be doing. Now, I grew up in a Mediterranean household. So truthfully, I thought I was doing what I should be doing. I thought I was eating the right foods, but I was irritable all the time. I'd snap at my children for no good reason and I'd feel awful afterwards. And I had years battling social anxiety, but it was nothing compared to how I felt after I had my children. It was like at an all-time high. And I think not eating well was really just exacerbating the whole thing. And I was way too embarrassed to talk to anybody about it. And so I just suffered through it as a mom. And it was so frustrating because I was so exhausted and so impatient. And it wasn't fair to the kids. They were just little. And, you know, thank goodness it was around this time that my girlfriend sent me a video very similar to this one. And I remember being so skeptical, but I trusted her, you know, and truthfully, I was just so sick and tired of feeling sick and tired that I thought, what's the harm of just watching this, And needless to say, 4.5 years later, I'm so grateful I said yes, because only 4 weeks into the products, I felt the sense of clarity kick in. I was calmer with my children. And my husband, honestly, it nearly broke my heart because he said, Terry, I can't remember the last time you smiled. And that would have been years, right? Because I had kids for 4, like Rylan was 4 years old at the time. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, who have I been to, like, who would want to live with that? So, as moms, we're constantly putting ourselves last. We're thinking we're doing everything for everybody else, but truly we're not. Because honestly, I could say I sucked at it all. I didn't do anything well. And it wasn't until I started taking care of myself that my family, it started to heal. And it was all because I started these products to help fix myself, to feel better and see what would happen, And now I continue 4.5 years later, so excited to be on these products, because now it's not about just me feeling good. I know I'm going to feel good taking these products. I started my children, like I started my family when I was a little bit older. Now I'm thinking about, I want to be that grandma who's running up mountains, who's swimming, alongside the kids in the lakes. I want to be biking in the trails. I want to be playing in the playgrounds. I'm not thinking about now. I'm thinking about later, so that I can be there for my kids, even though they're only like 9 and 5. I'm thinking about this stuff because it's important. So, I want to be really present now, but I also want to think about my future. And so Juice Plus is my security for a vibrant life now and well into my future. So thank you so much for letting me share tonight. Juice Plus forever.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Every time we have one of these events, I leave here even more inspired, even more in love with what we're doing with our products and program and this whole mission. Stories are so powerful, and every single person that shared tonight had a different story, but I think almost all of us saw a little bit of ourselves in each of those stories. So relatable that it gives me goosebumps. It brings tears to my eyes and puts a lump in my throat, because it's just sad to think about how often we just go through life putting up with and assuming that that's just the way things are supposed to be, because we don't know better and we don't know different. And you can't unknow or unsee what you know and have seen now. And my life is forever changed. This is such a blessing. You can hear it in all of the stories tonight. Look at all the lives that have been changed. The children that are going to grow up completely different because their mother or their father or whoever it was that was brave enough to say yes and reach out for something else and something better. So whether you're craving more time freedom, whether you're craving more income, whether you're craving just more health and vitality, it is all achievable. And every single one of us here have achieved our best life because we were brave enough to say yes. I don't know what this is going to be for you, but I can tell you that if you are brave to just for a moment set your skepticism aside and have your questions answered, speak to the person who invited you or shared this with you. Honestly, you really have nothing to lose. And there are thousands more stories just like the ones that you heard tonight. So if you're sitting here thinking, I need something, and this scares me a little bit, or maybe this excites you, whatever it is that you're feeling, just take that leap of faith and take a look at it. I honestly believe that you will be so pleasantly surprised. Everybody's sharing hashtag Juice Plus for life. Absolutely. Every single one of us, I can say without a doubt, would be here regardless if we were on this mission or not, because these products have changed our lives. And I can't imagine this community, these women, these products, these programs not in my life. I can't imagine a moment without them. So thank you all for joining us this evening. Thank you for all the beautiful women who shared their stories. And thank you for saying yes, for being brave, because each of us have touched so many lives. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thank you again.